Time for another comic review. And this one, kind of interesting because, you know, I read the characters a lot. I read the character of the whole Batman saga. And I never really understood where his son came in, Damian. Now, I finally understand. And it's kind of good and it's kind of bad, in a way. Now, I'll explain. And the comic for today I'm reviewing is Batman, the Resurection of Ra's al Ghul. Story. Ra's al Ghul is coming back from the dead. He died, Batman saw it, and now he's coming back from the dead, and they explain why. Okay, let me just explain first who wrote this and all this shit. Writers. Paul Dini, Grant Morrison, Peter Milligan, Fabian Nicieza. If you haven't checked out his review, my review of Deadpool, you would have known that he wrote that, most of it. And then Keith Campaign, or is it Champagne? I don't know. You'll have just look. Pencilers: David Lopez, Jason Pearson, Tony S. Daniel, Freddie E. Williams II, Don Kramer with Carlos Rodriguez, Ryan Benjamin, and Donald Beldon. Inkers: Elvone Lopez. I guess that must be brothers with David, but then again, why would he have a weird name? I don't know. Jonathan Galpion, Wayne Futcher with Bit. I'm not even kidding. The name is Bit. B-I-T. Salem Crawford and Stephen Bird. Then we got letters: Phil Balsman, John J. Hill, Travis Lanham, and Steve Wands. And colors: Trish Moville, Guy Major, Studio F, which is just a studio, and John Kilaz. Okay. What do I really have to say about this book? The first, okay, it's 10 chapters, really. There's 3 prologues and 7 actual chapters, but the prologues don't count as chapters. And it's a lot of exposition in those prologues, let's just say that. And I'm not the big fan of 3 comics of exposition. I want to get into it. And those really didn't get me into that at the time. Also the problem. Look at this cover. Okay? You got Batman, Tim Drake, Dick Grayson, who is a badass. I love Dick Grayson, Nightwing. Talia al Ghul, and Damian. Okay? Notice how Damian has a Robin suit. Well, let me just tell you. In the first 2 prologues of this book, Batman doesn't know about Damian. Okay? So you're expecting, oh, he's gonna finally meet his son that he has never met before in his life? They don't show that. Did you miss a comic or something? Hello? If Batman doesn't know about it, how the hell does he get the suit? How does he know that Batman's his father? How does Batman even know he had a fucking kid? Okay, that really pissed me off when I read this. I was like, you said in the last comic, and actually 2 comics ago, because the second one is just Damian walking around a place, which was stupid, but you said he doesn't know the child exists. Batman doesn't know that. Damian doesn't know who his father is. But they don't show you fucking meeting the meet for the first time. Okay. Sorry about that. I just want to see this stuff. I don't get why you don't show me. Is it that hard? Oh my god. I can't write. I can't write sentences. It's so horrible. Was it you, Grant Morrison, who decided, I can't fucking do this. I can't show this. It's too fucking horrible. It would have been fine with me if you showed it. I don't care if it was just 2 pages long. As long as they fucking met and I saw it in here, it would have been fine. But no. All I'm seeing is, oh, my father gave this to me. Oh, yeah. And it's like, when did you 2 meet? Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I'm getting too overhyped with this. I really am getting... I'm sorry. Okay. Let me just talk about some other things. Okay. The book, I'll talk about the artwork, actually. The artwork's kind of interesting. There's some pages that are just like, wow, this is the Batman comic. And then there's some pages that are like, this is real, looks, not the best. And then there's some pages that just look like this. Like, holy shit, that's scary. I'm not even joking. There are some pages you're just like, that scares the fuck out of me, how the hell that works. So, you might want to be careful who reads this, but then again, you see Batman with the sword, so you know that there's going to be bloodshed. No murder, though, because, you know, that's Batman's code. And then the story, of course, it's good for what it is, you know. It's a simple story. Ra's al Ghul's going back from the dead. But Ra's al Ghul come back from the dead, and yeah. They have to stop him. What else is that? And they have to stop him before Damian gets his... Ross turns Damian into his new body, basically. Yeah. That's pretty much it, really. But nothing else from there, you know. They split up into teams. Like, Batman teams up with Dahlia, Robin teams up with Damian, and Dick Grayson teams up with Alfred. And Alfred does a lot of ass kicking in this book, believe it or not. I was really shocked, because Alfred was just like, come at me, bro. Literally, he looked like he said that. And I was really happy about that. But I really didn't get a lot from the characters, though, in a way. I mean, Batman... Well, Batman's Batman, so he's good. Tim Drake's character... Something's up about him. And this book, I didn't like him for some reason in this book. I don't know, he's kind of whiny. Because he's just like, I want my family back. And I'm just, I miss everything. Everybody's fine. It's like, didn't you learn under Batman's code that things happen? You can't really stop that. But doing something, if you do something stupid, it's not really going to bring them back. It's going to bring back something else. You should listen to Batman. Did you just stop listening to him at the time? Well, this is definitely after Identity Crisis. Let me just tell you that. And that's when Tim Drake, spoiler alert, dad dies because of some asshole, which is really stupid. That's a major problem with that bad. But still, he should have been whining about this. He would have been... Bruce would have been like, it's okay. It's okay to get over it, you know? Things happen. Your father died. And, you know, he didn't die a bad man. He died a good man. So you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that to the character. Okay? And, of course, Dick Grayson was the badass of this book. What else can you say? I'm so happy they had him in this book. And for what he was in, he was good for amount. I think he was in more than Batman was, which is kind of weird. But yeah, actually, more of the story focuses on Damian, which is kind of weird. Because it's called Batman. It's not called... I don't know. It just feels kind of weird because there wasn't enough... I didn't feel like there was enough Batman in this book, in a way. But, what can you say? There's a lot of stuff there needs to be more of. So, as you can tell, I didn't think this book was extremely perfect. I didn't think it was extremely bad, though, either. There was some good stuff, you know, Alfred and Dick Grayson. The characters, of course, yeah. The characters were fine. But... again, there's that huge plot hole that they don't explain what happened, which kind of pisses me off. They should have added it in here, because I would have loved to read that. But, if I had to rate this is probably my lowest review I've given something so far on the show. I have to give this a 6.25. Reason being, it's not all that interesting, actually. You know, it's simple, sure, yeah, but it's not that great kind of simple like Secret Wars was. This is just like, we tried. What can you say? But yeah, if you're a die-hard Batman fan, you're gonna get this book. You want to get this book. This is definitely a choice. If you're, you know, interested, I don't know, read it at the bookstore. Read a couple of the comics on the bookstore. Then decide for yourself. If you just never found don't want to get into an interesting story, if you want to get into that, this is not the book for you, honestly. No, this is not the book for you. This is one of the least of my favorite Batman comics I've read. And yeah, this is not... I'm probably not going to read this for a long time. Maybe so. I'm sorry that I'm dissing Grant Morrison too right now too. But, I don't know. It's the effect he's given me over the years. You know, from his stories. His stories are just really awkward. And this is another example of it. So, 6.5. What can you do? It's not the best, you know. No long Halloween standard. So again, you know, I have more comic reviews up. I have more regular reviews up. And then podcast up September 6th. So which would be a Friday from what today is, depending when I post this up. This is XXX Comics Fable. And I don't know why I sound depressed right now. This comic is disappointed. That's all I'm going to say. Alright, bye. Yo, YouTube. Sup, dog? It's the Sonic Fable. What's new? Anyway, comic review time. Let's get at it, bro. Ho ho. Okay, I'm done with that accent. But yeah, I think it's Ross. It's not Roz. Whoa, I think it is Roz. It's not Raish. Where'd you get H from? Okay. I thought I said Raish. What's wrong with me? And then Tim... Robin. I'm gonna have fun editing this. I just want to let you guys know that. And this is probably gonna be at the end. So you guys aren't gonna see this until the end. Unless you guys left, then... Oh well, you guys didn't see this, but... I'm stupid sometimes.